Hey, good morning, Cornerstone. Happy Monday. We are starting something brand new today, going for much of the month of June. We're going to do the Acts 28-day Bible reading challenge. There's 28 chapters in the book of Acts, and we're going to read them one a day, checking each day for these videos. I challenge you, I encourage you, get a notebook to travel along with you for this. We're going to ask questions at the end. It's helpful to write down the responses. Let the Lord speak to you through what you're writing on the page. All right, here we go. The book of Acts can be thought of as the Gospel of Luke, volume 2. Luke wrote the book of Luke, obviously, but he also wrote the book of Acts, and he wrote it to a guy named Theophilus, a friend of his who he was trying to win over to the Lord. And he was trying to show the things that Jesus did and the things that Jesus wanted, and now that Jesus is gone, the things that Jesus wants to put in place. So Jesus was arrested, he was crucified, dead and buried, rose again on the third day, and then ascended to heaven. But before he ascended to heaven, he gave some instructions to his disciples, to the early believers, and he said, I want you to wait for the promised Holy Spirit. And they didn't quite understand all that, but I think that the disciples kind of went along with that because Jesus said, and you will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes on you, and you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem, in Judea, Samaria, and to the ends of the earth. At salvation, God puts his Spirit in us to point us to Jesus, but Jesus is talking about something subsequent, something extra. This new power of the Holy Spirit that's available to all believers. And he just kind of teases it out. It's like Luke wants to share with us that God is starting something. He's moving on. He's beginning something new in this day. And we see for the second part of chapter 1 that the disciples go about picking a replacement for Judas, and I think it's Matthias is his name. And it's like the church is moving. It's moving on. But Jesus doesn't want to leave them alone, so he promises them the gift of the Spirit. Every day I'm going to ask you a couple questions, but every day it's going to be the same one to start. I wonder today, what does this passage teach you about God? And how does it apply to you? This is where it's helpful to have that notebook handy, and it's cool to track your responses over the month. So what does this passage teach you about God, and how does it apply to you? Now, when Jesus talks, this question too, when Jesus talks about power, I wonder what you think about when you hear about the power of God or just power in your life. And I'm wondering if today your life exhibits power from God. And you can think about that. Write your response down as well. Question number 3, this has to do with the church, the Big C church, not just our church, but all the church, all the believers of God. I'm wondering today how you can join in the mission that Luke is giving us, that you will receive power and you'll be my witnesses. It's power for witness, not power for like Star Wars Force lightning stuff. No, there's power to be witnesses, power to be bold and confident and have authority to go and do what God is calling us to do, to go to the very ends of the earth, or maybe just to go to the very end of Gananoque. I wonder who you can be thinking of needs to know Jesus. How can you use this power that God is giving us? So here, read chapter 1. Don't read ahead, just do a chapter a day. Check in with us and comment below if you have any questions, and I'll jump right in and answer. All right, guys, have a great day.